are a lot of things that we can do with corn tortillas. They're very low in sodium. 2 this size has only 5 milligrams of sodium. Flour is a whole different ballgame. The least I could find was 290 up to 560 for one flour tortilla about this big. We like flour tortillas in burritos, fajitas, and a number of things, and we don't like corn with. So we just haven't been able to have them. I tried to make flour tortillas 2 years ago when we started on this. Spent about 6 months mixing up a bunch of stuff, trying to cook it, throwing it all away. They were just hard as little rocks. Didn't do anything with them for about a year, and I thought, I just got to figure this out. So I came up with a really good recipe. Has no sodium. They freeze super good. I've got 2 cups of flour in here. Gonna sift it. I don't know if you have to sift it or not, but it works, folks. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm using, it's the only thing I use, it's called extra light, and it's for high heat cooking. We're going to cook these high heat. Part of my problem when I was making them before is my heat wasn't right. I do not know what I put on Google. Haven't got a clue. But the answer was cook them between 425 and 450 degrees. And then it said a cold pan is a hard tortilla. Oh, there you go. So I'm just mixing this olive oil in here. And I'm not sure this makes any difference either. But it worked, so I'm doing it all the time. I use bottled water because my tap water's got sodium in it. And like I said, I don't know. I take some lime juice, just squirt it in there a little bit, and then fill it with water up to 3/4 of a cup. Then you want to heat that. You don't want it too hot because we're getting our hands in this. So we've got our olive oil, and we've got our hot water here. Going to mix it up in here. And then, this is where the fun starts. You get your fingers in here. Mix it up. And so it's kind of pasty. Kind of a paste. You got to get your hands in there and just mix it around until you get all of the goodies from the outside of the bowl. And see? It's sticky, but that's okay. It's going to turn out great. Great. Well, I knew you couldn't see what was going on in that metal bowl, so I redid them in a Pyrex where you can see it. And I'm not sure that you're going to be able to see what I see. I see little pieces of olive oil with a little bit of flour in it. And I'm going to put it up here. You see little dark spots. That's the olive oil. Well, back in the 60s, I used to make olive bread. And we'd knead it until it was elastic. So I thought, whoops, I'm thinking I need to knead this bread. This part. I'm not going to add any more flour to it. I'm just going to knead it because right now I can break it apart. And dough's not supposed to break apart. So I'm going to knead this for about 15 minutes. I'm not going to add any more flour to it. And I'm just going to mix it up and get out what's in the bowl. Make sure I get all that in there. But I don't need to add any more. I'm going to go knead this. Our dough is elastic. we can pick it up and it does not break. It's got little air bubbles in there, and we just kind of rip it apart and make little balls. That depends on how big you want your tortilla to be. We stick these in the freezer when we get them done. I don't have any in there now, so I'm probably going to make 3 batches today. I might make 4. I don't know. But I don't like to double and triple the recipe because sometimes my arms just simply are not going to roll anymore. So I do them. Sometimes I'll get Johnny in here to do them. And I've got my griddle heating over here. I had another griddle, only went up to 400 degrees. But I tried these when I first started doing them in a non-stick skillet on my stove. Some of them turned out great. Some didn't. Because I don't have anything on my stove that lets me know the temperature. So I put it on medium-high. If it didn't cook right, I turned it back up again a little bit. This little griddle here works good. It's the only one I found on the market that goes up to 450 degrees. It's an Oster, and I ordered it from the company. I believe it was $74. I think that's what it was. But it works. And as long as I can make tortillas, yes, 0 sodium, that opens up a whole new world. Fajitas. I'll use just a little bit of flour because on my cutting board. I like this red cutting board because I can see kind of through it a little bit, and it lets me know when they're thin enough for me to use. Now, I've got just a slightly damp paper towel here. We just don't want them to dry out. Don't sit on there. So I've got I'm just going to put a little flour here, not much. Put a little flour on here. Get me a little dough ball, and I'm going to roll it. So I kind of like the red because I can see through it a little bit. And it looks like it, okay, mine don't come out round, but they come out good. And as long as the flavor's good, I don't care. They come out a little bit different. But all of the little pieces that where the olive oil got on them in there are gone. They're all mixed up in here. Like I say, I don't know whether you need to add that lime juice to the water or not. All I know is that's what I did when they worked. I'm not changing it. I'm not going to change that. This is getting where I can kind of see through it a little bit. And then I know that it's perfect. When you're watching sodium, you just kind of have to check everything out. We can't buy any prepared foods to cook with. I'm not willing to use as much sodium as the store-bought flour tortillas have. You got that magic number, you got to stay under. It adds up pretty darn fast when you're got that. And that's for a whole day. I just don't want to do it. Let me see. My griddle is not quite hot enough. And we do want it hot because we know what happens. Could be that when I first started doing this, if I had kneaded it, and if I had my pan right, tortillas would have been fine. But they weren't. I don't think you're going to be able to see where I can kind of see through this, but we're going to give it a go. We're just going to give it a go. Oops, okay. And I can see kind of through it a little bit. My griddle's hot. On with the tortilla. It doesn't take them very long to cook. Just cook them until there's little bubbles appear on the top and you flip them over. We wanted to know how long we could keep these and have them still be good. We left one in their freezer for 2 months. Johnny heated it up. Last week, had it with eggs. He said it's just like it was when I made them. Made the man happy. I've got little bubbles here. Sometimes you get great big bubbles. And I'm flipping it over. Cooking on the other side. I'll make my rest of my tortillas. And then when they get cool, I'm going to put them in the freezer. Here we go. Here is a nice hot tortilla. There it is. We have tortillas in the freezer. When we make our beans, we got beans in our freezer. We got the green chilies. We got this and that. Oh, it just makes dinners quick and easy. So I think I've probably got about 7 or 8 more to go in here. That's what I'm going to do. Let you know how much I get. I got 11 tortillas. They're soft. This is the first one that I did. Here. They're soft. They're good. Our shelf life on the tortillas that we make is not as long as your store-bought because we're not putting any salt in here for preservative. So I freeze them. When they get room temperature, I'll put them in a freezer bag with a wax paper between them. And I see taco salads in my future. Good. They heat up really good. You can take them frozen with a slightly damp, just slightly damp paper towel. And put them in your microwave. Depends on how many you're doing at one time. 10 or 15 seconds at the most for one. Depends on your microwave. There's a whole lot of things we can do with nice flour tortillas that we don't want to use corn for.